Forward, lesson 3, the good stinky rule. It's homework assignment number 2, kids. Quick review as usual. Number 1, we'll try and say it in a different way. The way people write paragraph format, you're going to have a personal opinion at the top here, and then you're going to have to support that opinion with fun facts. What they say in the personal opinion is going to somehow have to be restated down here. They're going to say the same ideas down here in the details as they did in the personal opinion or topic sentence at the top here. The reason that you're going to restate all this monkey business down here is because you have to prove to other people that this is actually a good, true idea. Support for the topic sentence. They're going to rearrange the words and say the same thing but use different vocabulary words, which we called the Scooby-Doo technique from lesson 2, and now we are in the good stinky rule. When you come on into the good stinky rule, we have a hidden agenda from the author. The author has some personal opinion at the top here, remember, and that personal opinion is either positive or negative. The details are there to support that. We need to find that personal opinion by looking at the vocabulary words that they decided to select. If the words are positive or good, we can go ahead and simply label those words in, or take note of them in the passage as positive, and stinky words or bad words we can label as negative words. Keep track of your vocabulary words to kind of find out the author's tone. Let's go ahead and take a look at this passage here. Passage is called Skip Skip. Topic sentence here. Details to support that. Scooby-Doo saying the same thing. Are you good at skipping stones? The noun, main subject, person, place, or thing, is stones, and what are they doing? The verb action is skipping. Some people refers to you, because you are part of some people, Scooby-Doo. Have the knack of doing what? Skipping stones. Others are clueless. Researchers did some tests to see what it takes. What it takes goes back and says the same thing of skipping stones. First, you locate a flat, round stone. That is, of course, the component of skipping stones. When you throw it, it refers to the stone. The stone, when you throw it, is another word for skipping. And put some spin on there. Keep it stable. The heavier the stone, the faster it must be tossed. Stone skipping. If it's below a certain velocity, the stone will sink. Once again, skipping stones. The most important thing is the angle. If it's over 45 degrees, the stone will sink. Stone, again, goes back to skipping stones. And at the bottom, it says 20 degrees seems to work the best for what? Skipping stones. Remember, Scooby-Doo. Let's go back in here and take a look at some words that potentially could be positive or negative. We're going to come over here and start with problem number 1 first. Using the Scooby-Doo technique, what's another word for the word knack? If you look over here, knack comes from right here, and we can go ahead and think of some other words for knack. Some people have the knack and others are clueless. Some people have the gist of it. Some people have the swing of it. Some people have the hang of it. Some people have the technique of it. Any word that's going to say technique, knack, it's going to have to say something similar, swing, hang, gist, and so forth. Go ahead and be thinking about how to interchange words using the Scooby-Doo technique. Let's move on to 2. The best title that summarizes this paragraph here, well, pretty straightforward. If you come over here, you look at your topic sentence. The topic sentence is talking about skipping stones. So you know that the big picture for this passage has to be about skipping stones. Let's take a look at the answer choices. Process of elimination, kids. A, watch the angle. It never says anything about skipping stones. So that would be off topic. And another way to look at this would be to call this too narrow. And when it's too narrow, it just talks about, instead of the big picture, it just talks about one small component of what you saw in the passage. B, stone skipping for beginners. Well, stone skipping and stone skipping for beginners, that's on track. Put a dot by it. C says heavy stones are best. Heavy stones is a too narrow answer choice. We need stone skipping in general, and D says use spin for skipping. That is also too narrow. The better answer choice is stone skipping for beginners. B for problem number 2. Let's go ahead and scroll down to problem 3. From this paragraph, you can conclude. Well, at the very bottom of the conclusion here, it tells you that 20 degrees, that seems to work the best for stone skipping. Gives you some idea of how to do it, put a little bit of spin on it, and so forth. You come over here, process of elimination, we can start crossing answer choices out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. The first one says, A, the author has skipped stones before. We're trying to conclude here. Well, this passage is written from a perspective of stone skipping. Here's what you do. You need to do this. This works the best. Sounds like the author is an expert in stone skipping. So when you're an expert, you can assume that the author has indeed skipped stones before. I like it. Put a dot by it. B, the older you are, the stronger you are, and the stronger you can throw the rocks, you can get more skips out of it. Never really says anything about being stronger. Stronger would refer back to velocity, but I know a lot of kids that are baseball players that can throw a baseball faster than an adult because they are not necessarily older. So that would be incorrect. B. C, velocity is more important than the angle that it hits the water. Is velocity more important than angle? We come back here, we take a look at our details. It says if it's below velocity, there's the word velocity, it will sink. The most important thing is the angle. So they have that backwards. That's actually flipped around. So we can go ahead and cross that one out as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next answer choice. The next answer choice is answer choice D. Rocks all have the same density. Same density. Density is considered off topic. And we can go ahead and cross that one out as well. That leaves us with the only one that we put a dot by, which is answer choice A. The author has skipped rocks before. Because this is an informative passage, it sounds like the author is an expert in the area of stone skipping. Let's go ahead and take a look at problem number 4. Problem number 4, which best reflects the author's point of view? The author's point of view. First things first, we can come over here and use the good stinky rule, positive or negative. It sounds like this paragraph is about stone skipping. Stone skipping seems to be a fairly interesting topic that is fun. We can go over here and cross out answer choices that are negative. A says informatively scientific. That feels neutral, kind of scientific feels kind of stuffy. Let's go ahead and put a dot by that. B says cautiously skeptical. Skipping stones is not skeptical. That is negative. We can cross that one out. C says knowledgeable yet fun. I like that one so far the best. Put a dot by it. And D says scornfully disapproving. That is definitely negative. We can cross that one out. Is this informatively scientific or is this knowledgeable yet fun? Here, scientific feels like it's a little bit stuffy, kind of like school-wise, and fun. I look back at the topic sentence. The topic sentence talks about skipping stones. Is skipping stones more scientific or more fun? I like answer choice C. It's a little bit better. Remember, kids, the process of elimination works the best. Go in there, look at all your answer choices, and definitely cross out the ones that are wrong. Sometimes there's going to be 2 answer choices that are going to be real close. Put a dot by it, the one that you think is okay. Don't make any massive decisions right away. Just cross out stuff that definitely is wrong and then look at it a little bit closer here. 4, the correct answer is going to be answer choice C. On to 5. Use the good stinky rule to find words in the paragraph that are either positive or negative in tone. When you come back up here, let's scroll on in, and we're going to go into the paragraph. First things first, we look over here for words that have a tone, a flavor of positive or negative. Are you good at skipping stones? It's a question, we're not really sure, it's neutral. Some people have the knack and others are clueless. Clueless is negative. When you have the knack of something, that's positive. Researcher did some tests to see what it takes. First, locate a flat rock. When you throw it, put some spin to keep it stable. Stable feels like it's a positive word. The heavier the stone, the faster it must be tossed. That faster means something positive. If it's below a certain velocity, it will sink. Sinking is going to be a negative answer. Negative tone on that. The most important, that's a positive word. The angle of the stone hits the water. If it's over 45 degrees, stone sinks. Sinks once again is negative. Most skips, that's positive. This seems to work the best. That's positive as well. Any one of these possible choices here, as long as you have the right tone on that, is going to get you the correct answer to the problem. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next problem. We'll scroll on back down. Problem number 6. In this paragraph, the word velocity on line 5 most likely means velocity. We'll go back up here and see what velocity says. And here it is right here. Velocity. The heavier the stone, the faster it must be tossed. So we know that it has something to do with fast. Look for an answer choice that deals with velocity and fast. When you come over here, we'll start crossing out answer choices. Process of elimination, kids. A says sea level. Sea level feels like it's off topic. OT. Get it out of there. B says speed. I like that so far. C says the wave. Wave feels like that's off topic as well. Let's get that out of there. And D says angle at which the water hits. I feel like that's off topic from a little bit further in the passage. B, faster and speed are related, Scooby-Doo style. B is going to be the correct answer for problem number 6. There you have it, kids. It is the answers and explanations to homework assignment number 2 in lesson number 3, the good stinky rule. Remember, the author is going to have a hidden agenda using vocabulary words. Once we understand what the author's tone is, we can pick words as we go through to help us figure that out. Good is plus and stinky is negative. That's it. Lesson 3, homework 2. We will see you in the next video. Bye for now.